Hello, Informed Crows. I'm John from the Haunted Informer, and today I'm going to be giving you my 2024 review of the Valley of Fear located in Feasterville, Pennsylvania. So today I'm going to be giving you my 2024 review of the Valley of Fear located in Feasterville, Pennsylvania. I had an excellent night there. They did so many massive upgrades for the 2024 season. Massive parts of these attractions were very different, so I was very impressed by that. And the scare acting was top notch, really good quality. And I just had an excellent night, and a lot of people were there. I actually had to park in the extra parking lot that's across from the attraction. That's how packed it was. There was a lot of people there wanting to get scared in hot season. Definitely a massive thank you to Grin for giving me the VIP upgrade to each attraction, ranging from the Hayride to Willie Shipwreck Cove and Miles Manor. Thank you for making sure that worked out for me. Grin is actually scare acting there, and he's a manager for the Miles Manor now. So very cool. Very happy that he got that upgrade. Massive shout to you. So you start out with the hayride with your experience, and the hayride, your feet are actually hanging off the side, and at a point, your guide on the hayride will tell you to pull your feet up because the scene is closer to you. It's more claustrophobic, so your feet have to be up. So it is definitely different having your guide on there, making sure people are being safe and not touching the props and things. Unfortunately, a couple times on my wagon, some young kids thought it'd be funny to touch the props multiple times when we went through the scenes, and our guide had to tell them in a respectful manner. She said, "Please stop touching the props. I've seen you do it multiple times. Please stop doing that." And luckily they did. So that's why they have that guide there to protect the sets and the integrity of the scenes and the show and try to make it the best you can. And she also says, "Can I hear your best scream at points?" And you scream, and it's fun. It's an enjoyable time. So happy that we had a guide there. And they completely changed the first scene of the hayride where they have this new animatronic of this Grim Reaper that moves around, and he has UV lighting on him. So there's UV lighting effects with the painting on him, on his eyes, that really glow. And they have this whole brand new soundtrack of him talking to you, and there's sound effects, and it looks like all these columns have been broken apart and fallen on the ground, and that was really neat. I really enjoyed that new scene, and the homage to Friday the 13th is excellent with all those different Jasons coming after you, and they have different versions of him. They have the Kane Hodder version, the Sackhead version, they do the sleeping bag kill, and it's really well done. It's one of the best Friday the 13th scenes I've seen on Hayride ever. It's excellent. And then you go to the Halloween section with Michael Myers coming after you, mobile Michael Myers, and it's awesome. They have an homage to Halloween 4 with the diner, and they have the Halloween kill scene where they have the firefighters there and they're trying to put out the fire. And then they said they're trying to find one of their firefighters they lost, and they're like, call out his name. So everyone on the wagon's trying to call his name, trying to get him. And then Michael Myers comes out of the house, and they have the projections of the house on fire, and he comes out with this fire axe, and he acts like he's killing the firefighters, and then he comes after you, and it's really awesome. It's very well done. Excellent scare acting there, and all the victims in those scenes are doing a great job, acting like they're getting killed and everything. So massive shout to all those scare actors. And they had a brand new scene this year that was themed to a demented candy factory. And they had excellent prosthetics on that scare actor, and he was talking to you. And that was awesome. I really enjoyed that new scene. Very immersive, very cool. Definitely different. You don't see a demented candy factory often with a demented host of it. So that was very interesting. Really enjoyed that. Very creative, interesting new scene. And the ending of that hayride is always incredible with Victor Grin's circus, ranging from the scare actor there, Victor Grin, miming all the sound effects of the cracking of his spine and his arms. They do it perfectly, and he's talking the loudspeaker there with his microphone. And then all the clown characters come out of the woodwork, and the music kicks in. And a massive shout to Cheeks and everybody in there. They were doing a great job. This is Cheeks the Clown. Massive shout to her. where it's called the balloon trick. So just like on this picture here, she actually puts a balloon through her nose and is flossing it between her nostrils there. It's absolutely insane. And she was scaring everybody with that and creeping them out and grossing them out. And all the clown's characters were doing a great job coming after you, being aggressive. And that's easily one of the best endings of a hayride I have ever experienced. The acting is on point, the soundtrack is loud and in your face, and I really enjoyed the Terror Dome scene where this character says, "Welcome to Terror Dome," and there's the fire effect. He said, "I'm Big Papa, say hello to me," and that was really good, and he gets in people's faces and scares them, so that was awesome. So, really enjoyable hayride. I definitely had a great time. Actors were on point. All the lighting effects and animatronics were working, and it's just really immersive experience. That was definitely one of the best hayrides I've ever been on. I loved all the interactivity from the scare actors and the sound effects and that new demented candy scene. So, absolutely incredible. Love that hayride. Very positive experience. And then that drops you off at the Miles Manor. And this attraction got massive changes in it at the very beginning and throughout it. At the very beginning, there's an entire brand new opening sequence where you actually sit down on these different cushioned seats there. It's a very Victorian feeling. And they have a ghost host there, and he's introducing you to it, and he's telling you about the manor. And at first he wants you to stay there, but then he messes with you and has a whole skit line going with it where he says you'll stay there forever. And then a scare actress appeared out of nowhere in the dark, and she said you can't trust him. And the one scare actress got in my face, and she said, "I'm trying to help you," and I had trouble hearing her because it was loud in there with both of them talking. And then she said, "I'm trying to help you not die," and that was great. And they had this grand reveal of this massive sliding door, and it goes into this brand new hallway where it looks like it's a bright white hallway, the massive vaulted ceiling, and it looks like all this blood has run down the walls, and it's absolutely beautiful. Excellent grand reveal of that. And you go into another new scene where they're trying to summon ghosts and demons with a Ouija board, and there's mobile scares in there, and I loved it. I definitely enjoyed all the brand new renovations in Miles Manor with that. I really enjoy when attractions really evolve and change and make it a drastically different experience every time you go through them year by year. And that was definitely no exception for Miles Manor. And throughout that, all the actors are very intense, ranging from the rats that are coming after you and that dark maze you have to go through, the rats coming after you, very creepy, and you have to go through these claustrophobia bags and duck under claustrophobia bags, all kinds of great stuff in there. Of course, the clowns near the end were excellent. Shout out to my friend Flutters. She was doing a great job, and all her friends in there with the vortex tunnel. And it's always so much fun going through Miles Manor. You always really feel like you're going through that manor, and that grungy library is excellent. And I really loved it. The scare acting in Miles Manor was excellent. The attraction was definitely longer this year than it was before, with all those renovations where they stop you in those different scenes and they have different skits play out. And I loved it. It was very immersive. Really enjoyed all those different sets and how they changed it up for 2024. And definitely a massive shout out to the creepy dolls in that doll area where they have the bed and everything and you have to walk around it. The one scare actor was a taller scare actor, and he was doing a high pitched voice of a doll and then the deep voice coming after you. So that was creepy. And there actually was a backup for a second because people were scared of the dark. They didn't know where to go, and there's actually a dark maze you go through. So then one of the doll's characters said, "Excuse me, pardon me," in character, of course. She said, the teddy bear's going to be all upset at you. And she went past all of us and said, "Keep on going, go through the dark." And then everyone went through the dark. So excellent job to the scare actors, definitely resolving that situation in character and making sure everyone was having a good time. So thank you for that. Excellent job there. So there's lots of professionalism here, doing a good job, putting on a great show, and making sure everything's working. So massive shout to that scare actress, making sure everything was working and making sure that people went through the dark maze properly. So definitely a good time for sure. Definitely loved Miles Manor this year. And the last attraction you go through is Willie's Shipwreck Cove. And this attraction got massive changes for this year. From the very beginning, there's a brand new pre-show with a talking skull. That's actually a talking skull that was from the Hayride entrance before. They took that and put it in this one and changed it up and had it talking to you. They picked someone in the group of people going through the attraction, had them have an interactive element where you had to move something and put it on one of these posts. And it was funny that this one kid was picked to do it, and he was kind of nervous and scared, and he didn't want to talk to the scare actor, and the scare actor was messing with him, and he was being patient and saying, yeah, come on, you have to do this. And the kid wasn't really paying attention because he was nervous. And then he said, okay, come on, do this. And oh, that was funny. And he said, okay, go back to your parents now. And that was enjoyable. That was funny. And then this skull will talk to you, and you get to go through this massive pirate ship they've built. They built mobile new massive pirate ship facades this year, so it's a very grand, massive entrance you go into after that skull talks to you. Go in there, and wow, that was an excellent beginning. Love that change up. And at another point, you have to go through another massive pirate ship, and they have cannons in there, and you have to walk past them, and it's very twisty and winding there. And they have this bridge you walk over, and there's water next to you, and wow, that was absolutely incredible. The massive amount of changes they put into that attraction definitely blew my mind going through that attraction, seeing all those massive upgrades, and all the scare actors were doing a great job, being very intense, doing lots of great startle scares coming out of nowhere, and it was just really enjoyable. I really loved them. They definitely are having a lot of fun portraying all these crazy pirates, and it was really fun. And at this point, going through the attraction, I think you go through at least 3 or 4 pirate ships now. You used to go through one, and now there's like 3 or 4, so it's absolutely incredible. I loved all the changes they did for 2024. That creepy area where you go by and they have like the voodoo area, that's always really good. That voodoo priestess is excellent. She has great makeup and totally in character. She always does a great job. And there's this whole wooded area go through with like bamboo, and it's strobe lit, and it's just a great time. You really have to go to Willie's Shipwreck Cove for yourself to fully experience this and fully be immersed. So definitely go in 2025. You will not be disappointed. It's incredible. I loved all the scare actors that would chase after you on the ground, and wow, there was so many different good scares in there. At points, there's scare actors on stages talking to you, and at one point you have to go past these like spiders, and there is so much to see with this attraction. So I had an excellent time at Valley of Fear. I highly recommend going in 2025 for an unforgettable haunt experience. Massive shout again to Grin for making sure everything was working with me with VIP and checking in on me. And the scare actors, man, they were fantastic. Some of the best scare acting I saw in 2024 for sure. That hayride was incredible. All the attractions there are so good. They did such massive upgrades and really refreshed them and did such a good job changing up for 2024. And I had such a positive experience. And they actually have merch now for 2024. They start having merch. They had magnets, they had tumblers, they had shirts, all kinds of good stuff. I got mobile magnets. I got the classic logo of Valley of Fear. I also supported my friends here. I have Cheeks, like I showed you earlier. And I also have Grin here with his chainsaw. So I highly recommend going to Valley of Fear. This is one of the best shows I experienced in 2024 due to the immersive nature of all the sets and all the changes they did and all the actors. And I had a wonderful time. I really did. So definitely check out Valley of Fear in 2025 and tell them the Haunt Informer sent you. That was the Haunt Informer. I hope you enjoyed. Subscribe and hit that bell icon so you get a notification every single time I put up a new video. Give this video a thumbs up and share with your friends. And I'm on social media. You can find all those links below. And tell me which one of the attractions at Valley of Fear was your favorite. Tell me all that in the comments below. And as always, happy hauntings.